Oh, I'm really defying gravity in this one. Let me tell you, still being awake and oh, hang on. Nope. Good evening, it's Adam here again with another quick instant movie review for you. So tonight I call Wicked. This is the screen adaptation of the hit Broadway musical. What's it all about? Well, misunderstood for her green skin, a young woman named Alphaba forges an unlikely and profound friendship with Glinda, a student with an unflinching desire for popularity. Following an encounter with the Wizard of Oz, their relationship soon reaches a crossroads as their lives begin to take very different paths. Now, this film is directed by John M. Chu, from a screenplay by Willie Holzman and Dana Fox. It is basically the first part of a two-part film adaptation of the stage musical. And Steven Schwartz was the guy that did the music for this one, as well as Holtzman. So it is also loosely based on a 1995 novel of the same name, by Gregory Maguire. So this film stars Cynthia Erivo as Alphaba and Ariana Grande as Galinda. We've also got Michelle Yeoh in this. Peter Dinklage adds his voice work, and we've also got Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz. The whole thing is shot by Alice Brooks, who does a great job with the cinematography, and everything whips around and is fantastic. So John M. Chu did In the Heights, which I was a really big fan of, another adaptation of a stage play. And also did Step It Up 3 and did Crazy Rich Asians, which is a really great film, which obviously is why I've got Michelle Yeoh here. What's this like? Well, it is part one of two parts. I've seen Wicked 3 times now on stage. First time was in the West End. It was a pretty amazing moment seeing that in London on the stage in 2012, and really, really loved it. I've seen it twice now in Brisbane, and I've really enjoyed that as well. This film is interesting. So as I mentioned, two parts. I've always loved the first part of Wicked because I really feel like it's a self-contained story all on its own, which really lends itself well to a film. Being a film version and a part one, part two, people might get a little bit sniffy. I think it's probably better to think of this more as a sequel will be part two coming next year. This is its own contained film. You have a start, middle, and end. We do get a small little cliffhanger at the end, but we could certainly go away from this and go, I've seen a complete movie, and you don't have to worry about things. Cynthia Erivo is absolutely amazing as Alphaba. She is 100% great. Ariana Grande does a really good job as Galinda. She is all singing, all dancing, and she does add a certain amount of emotional heft to the film as well. So I really enjoyed her performance. It is a fun part to play, and I dare say that that the part of Alphaba might be a little bit more challenging, but still both really, really good. The supporting cast are all really good. Jeff Goldblum is Jeff Goldblum. Michelle Yeoh is good. I don't think she's got a whole heap to do in this, but there's certainly more for them to do in the second act of this, or part two of the film. I've never really been a big fan of the second act of Wicked, to be honest with you. I've always liked the first part. So, for me, John M. Chu has really brought off the stage and off the page an amazing movie, really. There is some practical sets in this which really I think adds to it, and really for those people that love the stage play, I think be really nice for them to see that this is still a tactile beast. You know, really, you can really feel the buildings that they're going into. You can really feel the landscape. You can really feel, you know, the big Oz contraption that he's behind. You can, you know, look at the amazing train that they built. I mean, this thing was made for $150 million, you know, and you think about films like Red One, which it's just a vacuous mess. This film really stamps all over that. And I know it's hard to compare the two, but when you're looking at money well spent, this film absolutely poops all over it. So performances are great. The story is contained. The songs are great. So there's not much you can really debate about what is wrong with Wicked. However, the obviously the filmmakers have been very, very astute with how they're going to make this, and they want to make it feel as close to the musical as possible. Therefore, they have decided not to cut anything out. In fact, they have added things in to give this film more heft. As a result, you've got a film that goes for 160 minutes, 2.5 hours. That to me is a very big ask. Especially if you're taking kids or people that aren't overly familiar with the text. I wouldn't say that the film really slows down or doesn't deliver on any fronts, because I really do think it does. But it is a lot for an attention span for people to watch, and certainly people who maybe aren't familiar with the musical and aren't maybe massive fans of musicals. You're probably going to be in the wrong film, to be honest with you, if you are going to be watching this not a fan of musicals. But it is long, and I understand that they wanted to not have any fights on the street because people have said you cut that bit out. So there will be a lot of purists out there. So I think for those people that are purists, John M. Chu and the crew have done an amazing job to please the masses of those purists out there. For those people that want a quick, snappy film in and out, you will not get it with this because as its duration. However, what you do get is practical sets, great performances, snappy songs, a really true to text and to the play delivery of a narrative. And I think I'd be really hard pressed to find people being disappointed by this film if they are a fan of the musical. I hope this gets some Academy Award nominations because it really deserves it. It looks great. John M. Chu has directed a beautiful looking film. It feels tactile. It feels real. There's some really great shots in this. Alice Brooks, who did the cinematography, uses aerials, crane ups, tracking, everything. The camera very rarely stands still, which adds the peppiness to it. So yeah, I really enjoyed Wicked. I thought it was great. I thought it was long, but I think you'd be hard pressed not to enjoy it. So I'm going to give Wicked 8 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was really, really well done. And as I said, Academy Award nominations, I'm sure, must be in the mix. Great job by all. And I'm interested to see if Act 2 and Part 2 changes my mind on how I feel about Act 2 of the musical when the film version comes out. Change me. Not just with this horrific moustache. Anyway, I hope you all have an amazing time. I hope the rain isn't too rainy and too noisy. And what's your favorite musical adaptation film adaptation of a musical? I really enjoyed In the Heights. I thought it was fantastic. Maybe you're a fan of West Side Story. Maybe for you, Les Mis is the big one, is the key, is the one that you go, that's the one. I love it. I love it when Rusty brings out his big baritone. Let me know, comment below, let me know. And as always, tell your friends, please subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you all next time here in my car where it is not absolutely raining cats, dogs, white witches, and green witches. Okay, see you all next time.